Today we have Priya Kanduri with us. Priya is the SVP and CTO of Infrastructure Management and Security Services at Happiest Minds. Priya has 20 plus years of experience in the industry and she has received a lot of accolades and awards from elite organizations for being a top women professional in the industry. Priya, tell me, generative AI and security are intertwined services. Do you agree with that?
Gen AI is all about producing new sets of data from historic data, and that is very much intertwined with cybersecurity. And I tell you why, because now the adversaries or the bad actors are very actively using Gen AI, and there are advanced techniques of attacks with respect to SMS attacks or email attacks and social engineering based attacks. They are on the rise, and there's been significant rise in the last 1 month in the attacks that are based on Gen AI. So when the bad actors are using it, so have to be the good actors, and so they are very much integrated and intertwined.
So Priya, tell me, how will generative AI reshape the security domain?
Yeah, it's continuing from what I said earlier. It's going to completely change once again, because the bad effects of Gen AI in terms of deep fake attacks, social engineering attacks, email phishing attacks, which can genuinely mimic human experience, have significantly increased. Gen AI is all about human-centric behavior imitation on the good and bad side, and so everybody has to start employing it, and it can completely change the game in the cybersecurity industry, because there's so much more advanced techniques and possibilities that Gen AI opens doors to if we start employing it in cybersecurity. So 85% of the organizations have already decided to employ it in the next 18 to 24 months, and 50% of them are likely to do it by end of 2024. So it's going to be the new cybersecurity.
Why do you think organizations need to look at security and generative AI with the same lens?
Yes, very, very important and crucial aspect that you've brought up. Gen AI is definitely going to bring in a lot more efficiency, a lot more human intervention, elimination and all of it, but at the same time, if not used properly, there's going to be a lot of negative impacts in terms of bringing in bias, data misuse, data insecurities, and there are many more possibilities of misuse that comes through Gen AI. So a properly thought through governance mechanism while deploying Gen AI is very, very important, especially certain new ways of ensuring security testing, model testing, the underlying platform testing, ensuring security and integrity of the data, ensuring that everybody in the organization is very well aware of how to use the do's and don'ts when it comes to deploying Gen AI is very, very important. So organizations should, definitely have to go in the direction and journey of Gen AI, but it should be a very thought through plan, very carefully governed, monitored implementation for it to be effective and secure.
What do you think are the 3 most important areas where generative AI will play an important role with respect to security?
There are many really good use cases when it comes to Gen AI and cybersecurity, but the top 3 that come to my mind is obviously areas of cybersecurity where there is still a lot of human dependency and the skills are far and few. There's always an issue with respect to finding the right kind of skills when it comes to cybersecurity and incident analysis. So the top 3 use cases would be the ones which really help with eliminating dependency on human intervention. Those would be with respect to the audits, cybersecurity audits that we do. There's still a lot of dependency on the availability of professionals, the auditors who have to go through a lot of documents. So Gen AI can really reduce the manual data processing or document processing or audit processing that is involved. That's one top use case, which is already proven to be a success in the market. And number 2 is once again the core premise of Gen AI is about looking at historic data and coming up with new sets of useful data. Same applies to our threat detection, threat prevention. There's loads of data available with organizations with respect to the security incidents and alerts and attacks that they've gone through. There's so much more intelligent data that Gen AI algorithms and tools can produce with respect to predicting and preventing future attacks. That's going to be a very powerful use case when it comes to Gen AI. And a third one is on the phishing side, phishing and training. It is still a very, it's always a challenge to train your employees with respect to being very, very strong with respect to phishing attacks. As much as possible, try to mimic the nature or the human nature behavior of the attackers and try to train your employees with very genuine phishing, anti-phishing email content, etc. would be another powerful use case, and that can really help because this is another area where there's still a lot of human dependency, and it can really help in that case.
How has Happiest Minds implemented generative AI with respect to securities at some of the customer locations?
Yeah. Once again, the first use case where we've been very successful with respect to deploying Gen AI for cybersecurity is where we are trying to eliminate human intervention or dependency with respect to cybersecurity audits that we do. Especially with larger organizations and enterprises, there's a lot of document processing involved when it comes to audits, document verification, validation, looking for control evidences, etc. And sometimes it goes to hundreds of documents to be processed over a period of 1 week or whatever. And the usage of Gen AI in this space can significantly reduce manual intervention, increase the efficiency and accuracy of the audit processing, and can give overall better customer experience when it comes to the stakeholders that interface with the audit mechanism. That's one place where we've seen good amount of success, and we are already working with customers to take it to production. This is the topmost use case that comes to my mind when we talk about Gen AI with our customers, and the others are in progress, but this is the topmost.
So Priya, tell me, in your opinion, how do you perceive the future of generative AI with respect to security services?
The possibilities of Gen AI and the future of Gen AI in the space of cybersecurity, it's really endless. Most of your biometric authentications can be significantly strengthened. The patching, which the ongoing patching of endpoints and servers and whatever that organizations do, the significant usage of Gen AI, and it can really change the game there. Same applies to threat protection, threat prevention, attack prevention, etc. Same applies to the phishing areas that I talked about, audits, and the possibilities are endless. All organizations have it built into their roadmap for the coming 2 years, deploying Gen AI strategies into their cybersecurity roadmap. And yeah, what really happens is for us to wait and see, but the possibilities are endless.
Thank you so much, Priya, for being with us here and sharing your insights on generative AI and security.